In April of 2012, vocal anti-prohibition crusader Rich Paul was targeted by law enforcement for his not-so-secretive sales of cannabis. Law enforcement targeting pot dealers is nothing new, but the investigation leading to Rich's arrest has ambiguous beginnings. Was it started by the New Hampshire Drug Task Force or the Federal Bureau of Investigation's Joint Terrorism Task Force?
Were you involved in the case from the beginning, though? Was that correct?
Yes.
So you were a member of the team that was investigating?
Yes, I was.
This particular incident. Okay. Are you the person that called the FBI to come be involved in this case?
No.
Do you know who did?
No.
So you are not the person that contacted the FBI for their help in this case?
I can tell you that nobody from the Drug Task Force contacted the FBI.
Nobody did?
No.
Okay. What you're saying now is that that no one from the Drug Task Force requested them to come and provide that equipment.
That is correct.
Specifically, you work for the Joint Terrorism Task Force, is that right?
I work for the FBI.
You are assigned to the JTTF.
I am assigned to the GTTF. I'm employed by them.
And your specific duties at the Joint Terrorism Task Force is that you were a bomb technician. Is that accurate?
That's one of the many.
Okay. That's one of your jobs, though.
One of many.
So you had a separate investigation happening at this time.
That's correct.
Okay. Which came first? Your investigation or the DTF investigation?
It's more or less simultaneous. The way it works is that, well, I shouldn't say that. I don't know when the Attorney General Drug Task Force investigation actually commenced.
Did you contact them or did they contact you?
They contacted me.
I can tell you that nobody from the Drug Task Force contacted the FBI.
Nobody did?
No.
Okay. But you already had an open investigation, correct?
No.
All right, so we're going to do a little bit of a chicken and the egg thing. So they're simultaneous, or one came before the other?
No, actually, I misstated myself. My investigation was open at the request of the Attorney General Drug Task Force.
Okay,
My assistance was requested, and as a result, I opened up the matter in order to provide them that assistance.
I can tell you that nobody from the Drug Task Force contacted the FBI.
Who requested it?
The New Hampshire Attorney General Drug Task Force.
Who from the Drug Task Force requested your services?
I can't name one person. There are several people that I'd say the one person that I recall discussing it with was Officer Newton.
All right, so at some point in time, Officer Newton called you on the phone. Is that how it happened?
No, this was in person.
And you said that you don't usually work with the FBI in drug cases, right?
I never have.
You never have. Are you the person that contacted the FBI in this situation?
No, I was not.
Okay, so you did not contact Phil Christiana?
I did not.
All right. Were you present when Mr. Paul was arrested?
I was not at his arrest, no ma'am.
Were you present after his arrest?
I was.
And where was that?
At the Keene Police Department.
Did you speak with him?
I did.
Was that recorded?
It was not.
Why wasn't that recorded?
It's not our policy. I'm not allowed to record interviews.
You're not allowed to record interviews. Why is that?
It's against our policy.
What's the policy?
That we're not allowed to record interviews.
And what was that conversation about?
I basically asked Mr. Paul if he was willing to cooperate.
In what way?
We never got into what that cooperation was. I never got that far.
Did you ask him to wear a wire?
I did not ask him to wear a wire.
Okay. You didn't ask him to let you outfit him with a lawyer.
I did not ask him to do it, no ma'am.
Okay. Did you suggest it?
I said that it was a possibility.
All right, so you said it was a possibility that would be part of the investigation. Is that accurate?
That would be part of his
You're just
cooperation.
making me guess a little
That would
bit.
be part of his cooperation.
Okay, that part of his cooperation in whatever it was you were doing would be to,
That other matter.
correct, that would be potentially to wear some surveillance equipment.
Correct.
Was he offered any kind of consideration for that? Did you offer him any kind of consideration? Is my question.
Well, yes.
Did the matter involve activities at the Keene Activist Center?
I can't go into that, ma'am. I'm restricted from talking about that. Where you're headed with this.
Commissioner George?
So we're here after the first day of trial. It's just after 4:20 at Keene Central Square, and you just were shocked. I don't think my camera picked it up because I was focused on Phil Christiana during the questioning, but you had a look of shock on your face during his questioning. Why?
Because he was lying. I mean, I suppose I shouldn't have been surprised. He does work for the government. But yeah, Philip Christiana is a liar. He knew exactly what he wanted me to do when he had me in that interrogation room in Keene, New Hampshire. He claimed he had no, he claimed that he didn't say what he wanted me to do. He did say what he wanted me to do. He wanted me to put on a wire. He wanted me to go into the Keene Activist Center. For that, he said, oh, well, maybe nobody will go to jail. Then he said, and you're also going to have to do some things you don't want to do. And I said, what sort? Because I thought maybe he was hitting on me. But he wasn't hitting on me. What he wanted me to do was entrap people at the Keene Activist Center into selling me drugs. Now, the interesting thing about this is he never asked if any of these people actually sell drugs. And none of these people do sell drugs. What he wanted was a political informant, just like when the FBI infiltrated the civil rights movement, just like the FBI has infiltrated every political organization that is not sanctioned by either the Democratic or the Republican Party. And he was absolutely lying through his teeth. He was very clear on what he wanted me to do. The other thing is he said that the first person to pull him into the investigation was Newton from the DTF. But then he said the first time that he spoke to Newton, it was face-to-face. So the question is, if he wasn't involved in the investigation, what was he doing in Keene, New Hampshire, where he could meet Newton face-to-face? And the answer is somebody else called him, or more likely, he started his own investigation and told the DTF, I want a free stater.
is a pressure cooker bomb, similar to the bombs in Boston, and we're about to set it off. For safety reasons, we've had to retreat to this mountaintop here. We are now over a quarter of a mile away from where we left that pressure cooker.
3, 2, 1.
Wow. That white smoke looks just like what we saw in Boston.
Yep.
When you, obviously you said they did this at your, you commissioned them to show this sort of an explosion so we could learn about what happened in Boston.
The material was flying out at faster than the speed of sound.
The Boston Marathon bombings left at least 3 people dead, including an 8-year-old boy, and injured more than 170 people. But in the aftermath of the horrific attack, doctors and staff at the Massachusetts General Hospital have praised emergency expertise gained from Israel. According to Dr. Alasdair Khan, the hospital's triage system had been set up with the help of Israelis 2 years ago, improving how the wounded were distributed between hospitals as well as the methods used to locate shrapnel deep in wounds.